What up, sluts and hoes and boys and girls and whatever you want to be called this particular day? This is Taylor, and I'm going to be talking a little bit about, I guess, plagiarism and imitation versus emulation, and my whole take on copying content. I got a lot of requests yesterday, so I made that goofing off, beating a dead horse video about that drama with those two particular YouTubers, three, I guess. And really, I didn't want to talk about it anymore, but the more I thought about stuff like that, I thought, hey, I can actually get a decent topic out of this. I can talk about, I can transform this really myopic issue and kind of make it a bit more nebulous and see if I can make it apply to more than just the immediate scenario we're looking at here. And that, I guess I would summate as being just all about plagiarism and emulation versus imitation, as I said. So here's my spiel. Now, first, the biggest thing to differentiate upon is there are basically two different types of content. And as far as content, I'm going to be talking about the whole gaming community, since that's what I'm a part of. Now, there's the kind of content that gives you empirical data, it gives you stats, and it tells you how to perform better in a given game or a given scenario. It says you need to press this button at this point, you need to do this in this strategy, you need to use this weapon in this scenario. It's empiricism. That's what people give you. That's one type. The second type is more along the lines of what I do. Now, what I do is I really am not a good gamer for the most part. I'm good at some games, but if you were to put me neck and neck against an Onslaught or a T-Mart or any of them, they would obliterate me in almost any game, most likely. Pokemon Blue, I think I have that locked down, but I'm not sure about the other ones. You know, they're really good gamers, and so the style of video they make is vastly disparate from the kind of videos that I make. And so, as I said, there's the empirically based type of video where you're giving them explicit tips that really doesn't have that much personality sprinkled on top. And then there's the other kind of video, which is what I do, and it's more of just a subjective analysis on something. I talk about how I feel about an issue, and then I get responses in the comment section, and it's really more about me being creative and me thinking of things to say and being entertaining than it is about the gameplay. I've gotten tons of replies from people who watch my videos saying, I don't even watch you for the gameplay. I only click your videos, minimize them, and then keep playing a computer game or something like that. And I'm like, you know, that kind of sucks because I do get gameplay. But at the same time, it's not bad. You know, I'd rather be known for my commentary than my gameplay because my gameplay's like 2 shades past shit. So, you know, whatever. Anywho. So now that I've established there's basically those two kinds of content producers, now where do we go from there? I'll tell you where we go. I don't know why I would ask you. You obviously have no idea. I don't even know. I don't write these videos out. You think you're fucking high? You think I write these videos out? No way, son. All right. So then we move on to the whole imitation versus emulation, I guess, point in this video, which is imitation is when you look at what someone does and then you I guess you could say quickly, maybe even haphazardly, try and imitate it, mimic it, copy it, and churn out some, not even vaguely reminiscent, but very reminiscent picture or video or whatever medium you're using to try and copy of the original, okay? And so an example of this would be like, let's say Only Use Me Blade made a video called Modern Warfare 3, How to Knife Better and Get Better Scores or something like that. And let's say he figured out a strategy, a way to knife better, okay? So you just do this button combination and then bam, you get an extra lunge, okay? And I know this isn't Only Use Me Blade's normal type of video. He's kind of does more what I do. But for the sake of argument, let's assume this is a very dry, cut and paste, you know, or not even cut and paste because it's the original, knifing video, okay? He's establishing how to do this. Then let's say a day later, I see his video and then I say, man, Taylor, this would be a really opportune time for me to cash in on Only Use Me Blade's innovation and get me some of that YouTube money, okay? And so then I watch his video, then I do it on my Xbox in a different setting, maybe in the same setting if I'm functionally retarded, like a few of the examples I saw with some of the drama recently, and then I upload that, and I didn't really add anything to it. That is imitation. I was just imitating him. Now, that is explicitly different than emulation. Now, emulation is when you imitate something, but you're trying to bring it to the upper echelon. You're trying to augment the quality of the final product. So an example of this would be, is if I watch that Only Use Me Blade video, I watch it, I see, wow, that's a really great way to knife. And then I play like that for a while, I figure it out, and then suddenly I find a way to make that strategy infinitely better. That I'm like, holy cow, Only Use Me Blade had a great strategy. Now I've found this way to augment that, and now I'm going to record this whole spiel and upload that on YouTube. That's emulation. You know, I have no problem with emulation. I only have a problem with imitation. Now, That was perfectly fine in my opinion, and granted, we have to be real here. You know, if you go on my channel, I guarantee you will find videos of me teaching you how to do something that aren't the first on YouTube, and most likely that's because I don't watch every YouTube video. There's a shit ton of content uploaded every 2 seconds on this website, and there's no way I could keep up, and most of the time, if you see a YouTuber who uploaded something and it's if it's a copy almost of another video, you can usually say that's a coincidence, unless it's a recurring thing. It's usually a coincidence. People, you know, YouTubers aren't these scheming, maniacal, awful people looking to make a quick buck for the most part. They're just out there making content, and every once in a while you say something that's already been made in a different video, and people will come hate on you, and that's fine, that's understandable, whatever. It's hunky-dory, that's how the world goes. But it's really only when you get the line between imitation and emulation blurred that this whole thing becomes an issue. A perfect example of this is Would You Rather. Now, when I started my Would You Rather series on this channel, I had seen Mr. Tryhard do it on his channel, and I saw a couple of his videos. I was like, these are pretty funny. I'm pretty sure that if I did Would You Rather, I could do exactly what he does, but I feel like I could do it even better, and that's probably just me being arrogant, obviously, because he could look at my videos the same way and say he could do it better, and it's all just, you know, whatever. I'm not ragging on anyone here. It's just that was my first instinct. I was like, wow, he's being really funny with these Would You Rathers. I can be funny in these Would You Rathers too. And so I took that idea and I made it my own, and then immediately after I did that, someone said, you're copying K-pop, and then people made me aware of the fact that K-pop was doing this series as well, and I was like, oh, well, I didn't even know that. That's interesting. But, you know, I didn't quit the series. I still do it now, and the reason being is that it's not an explicitly empirically based series. It doesn't matter what the fuck game plays in the background. It doesn't matter. It's all about unique questions and responding to them in a unique manner, you know, being entertaining by the virtue of one's own creativity, I guess you would say. And so, in that way, that's emulation, because myself, Tryhard, and K-pop, we're all trying to make the best Would You Rather videos, the funniest, the most insightful videos that we can possibly summon. That's completely different, expressly different, than if Mr. I Tryhard and K-pop had made a video saying how to snipe without the crosshairs swaying, and then I watched both of those and thought, you know what, I can imitate that and make my own version of that video with no more information used to augment the initial, I guess, sentiment of their videos. And so there's an express difference there. That's what I wanted to say most about this, is that I thought of this whole drama situation as a good way to kind of get out there and talk about something that's a lot more pervasive, I guess you would say, because it's all the time that, as I guess you guys don't know because you're viewers, but as a content creator, God, that sounds like such a pretentious thing to call oneself, a content creator. Jesus. I'll just say YouTube God. As a YouTube God, I get people all the time telling me that I'm copying someone else or whatever, and so I wanted to address it because it is an issue, but for the most part, I don't have a problem with emulation when you see someone's idea and you build off of their idea and try and make it better and just perfect it, because how the hell else are you supposed to do anything? Are you just supposed to, you know, improve on your very own innovations in this world? That's fucking retarded. We'd be in the Stone Age in a week. You have to build on the shoulders of others. You know, that's how progress is made. You know, if we all just built on what we did ourselves, we would never progress anywhere, because you need that cross-referencing to get the best final product, that it works better. And so, I guess, all this to say, no problem with emulation at all. If you look at what someone does and you say, I want to augment that, make it better, higher quality, do what they do, but make it fantastic, that's great. Or do it even in a different way, that's great. Even if it ends up being worse in the end, that's fine. But imitation, when you just flagrantly look at someone's idea, you are not interjecting any of your own personality, any of your own creativity, any of your own even volition. You're just solely looking at what they've done and then copying and pasting it into your own video, wherein you just kind of parrot what they say in slightly different phrasing. That's completely different. So I wanted to draw attention to that. I don't know if it's an important thing, but I thought, hey, I may as well take the opportunity and talk about something that's rarely relevant, but what the hell? May as well talk about it. So that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I love you. Amen.